6-2. Okay. So this topic, I cannot tell you how many times I got tagged in it. I'm sure you guys got tagged in it as well. So we got to talk about Dwight Howard. Okay. I'm gonna try my
Permanent
best.
pause.
Yeah.
Permanent pause
Try my
for the
best to
whole
explain
pod.
this whole situation. Okay. After some previous allegations of assault, battery, and false imprisonment, Dwight Howard admitted to meeting with the man who accused him to hook up, but denies forcing him to participate in a threesome, and he says everything that happened was consensual. But the man who accused Howard said that he brought a man who wanted to be addressed as Kitty. Dwight also said he only stopped the sexual acts he was doing with the man when he realized he did not enjoy it. So, thoughts on the situation? It's been going everywhere. Yeah.
You go first, bro. I'm about to take a gummy behind this joint right here, man.
Oh my goodness. Go ahead, Cam. This is a lot. Yeah. Yeah, this is crazy.
Matter of fact, you know what? Stat, you go first.
Me first?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, my answer is always like, but okay. So my thoughts on the situation. That's a lot to uncover. Personally, I feel like the man who accused Dwight Howard of all this, I don't like the fact that he tried to make it seem like he was lying, like that situation never happened, because now you coming back and saying that it did happen.
That's the same person?
I'm almost positive it's the same person from before. Because in this person's shoes, I feel bad for the person who accused him, because if I just feel like for anybody in any situation where you feel
Let's be clear, because I'm still learning this
Yeah.
situation. Him accused. Let's use names so
Yeah,
I know who you're talking about.
Okay. So the person's name is it's Stephen Harper.
So let's just call him Steve, so I know
Steve.
you're talking
Okay,
about.
Steve.
cool. Steve accused Dwight Howard of false imprisonment, like all that stuff. And earlier on, we know Dwight Howard denied it. So I'm saying I feel bad for Steve, because if they were in a situation, which I mean, like this year, if you do as you please, do what you want to do. But don't come back.
That's why I'm here.
Let her go though, man.
That's what I'm
we
here.
didn't want to.
Okay,
Let her
okay.
finish. Let's stay.
I just
Alright.
feel like you can't double back and say that it was a lie, and then come back and say, oh, that did happen, but it was consensual, because everything that you said prior, now, one, we don't believe you, because you were trying to cover up a situation where you made somebody else feel uncomfortable when they were clearly comfortable in their skin, even engaging, speaking to you. And now it's like a whole blown up story that it didn't need to get to this point, but it did, because you lied about what initially happened.
Yeah.
I feel like to Steve, like that's not fair, because clearly this was, a conversation that was made between them. You brought somebody else that the person didn't even know, and then initially
That's
tried
the
to make
part
them
I'm
feel like
getting
a
a little
liar.
confused on. I didn't
Yeah.
mean to cut you off. It's a third party?
Yes.
It's
So
three
Dwight
niggas.
Howard, yes. So Dwight Howard brought somebody else named
That's why I
Kitty.
said let's get the
Y'all
name.
niggas been rapping about threesome so long. He took it the other way.
Okay, that's why I was saying
Yeah.
same name. So now, so just so I'm clear, I didn't want to interrupt you. I want you to get your point across, so you don't got to go on.
Yeah.
Check out the stat and do it.
Yeah.
So basically, Dwight Howard and Steve met up, but Dwight Howard brought Kitty with him.
Yes.
Okay, go ahead. Finish what you're
Yes.
saying. All right,
And so that's not fair. Like that was never stated. And now you out here trying to make it look like Steve was stupid when you was the one who initiated everything. And then you said that you stopped because you realized he didn't like it. Like the
Who's
whole
he, though?
situation.
Who's he?
Dwight Howard said he stopped
They
the
said
sexual
that-
act
they said that Steve,
because Steve didn't like it.
Is Steve kidding?
No.
Kitty is another nigga?
Dwight Howard brought Kitty, so
So
Steve
that's
didn't
why I
even
was
know
actually
Kitty was
saying.
coming.
So just
This is
because I want you to
confusing.
finish your point
Yeah.
before me and Mace, because I would love to hear a woman's
Yeah.
point of view on this. So basically, just so that me and Mace are clear, Dwight Howard was supposed to meet Steve. When they met up, the nigga had Kitty with him. And Steve is like, Steve is like, hold the fuck on, I ain't signed up for Kitty.
Right.
I signed up to meet you. Now, and Dwight Howard is basically saying, and Dwight Howard is basically saying, nah, Kitty, cool, you gonna have some fun, it'll be alright. Because, you know, Kitty's fun is a good time. Is that correct from what I'm understanding? So guys, I just want to.
So who didn't like it?
Steve. Steve didn't sign up for any of that.
Steve wanted one-on-one.
Yes.
And Dwight Howard was basically like, "You gonna like this anyways?" Like that's to Steve. Like what is? And then not only that, Steve didn't like it. Then Dwight Howard went and like lied about the situation, saying that it never happened. So then you got Steve looking stupid, trying to like help Steve's name, and then now Dwight Howard came out and said,
"So we gotta watch what we say," because I was gonna say something.
Yeah, but I think that's what I'd let her explain. Yeah. And I love Stats' point of view. She doesn't give a lot of point of view. Because welcome to Stats. She's been feeling away for a little minute. So I wanted her to get her point across. But what I will say is this: Steve, if this is the same person from months ago, was DMing us, not us,
you.
nigga.
You don't DM me.
It is what it is.
It is what it is, Paige. Not none of us personally. Let's be clear. Trying to explain inside the story. You know, I produce in Miami. Shout out to Kevin Spence. Kev, we miss you and everything. Much love. But we have all of Steve's DMs on the Is What It Is page of him saying, I got all the proof. He said how he drove to Dwight's house and all this other shit, and he's DMing the Is What It Is page.
Wow.
And at this particular point, I was like, it's no concrete facts about it, so I didn't want to accuse Dwight Howard of anything. And when we posted something about it one time, this was during the summer, and when we posted something about it, Dwight had texted me, and you made fun of me. He's like, yo, we have a conversation about what's going on, and I was like, nah, because it's like, and don't get me wrong, Dwight Howard's cool with me. I don't give a fuck what you do in your own time, whatever. That's all good. I agree with Stat. You ain't gotta lie about it. But I didn't want to get involved with that because I was like, until these court documents came out, I don't like accusing anybody of anything, so I left that alone. But I wanted Stat to say what she said, give her opinion, so that me and Mace could fully understand before we give our opinion. And just so I'm clear before I give my opinion after Mace gives his opinion, Dwight Howard, Steve, ever. Come to find out, Steve, he brought somebody named Kitty with him to meet Steve. And Steve said, hold the fuck on. I thought this was a one-on-one. Now you got me in a threesome with Kitty. Dwight Howard says...
And he wanted to leave.
Dwight Howard says, nah, Kitty, cool, it's all good. Steve may be scared. We don't know how big or tall or small pause that Steve is because Dwight Howard's 6'10", fucking diesel nigga, pause. Yeah. Now he may feel threatened to stay because the reason that this only stopped, according to these documents the Stat is saying, is that he looked at Steve and Steve didn't like it. No. So that's the only reason it might have even stopped. And I can tell, not Nick, but my other man in the control room is shaking his head like, this is some crazy ass shit. This is nasty. So now that we have the story under control to where I understand, Mace understand, and hopefully the viewers at home understand, do you have any last thought on this before we give our opinions?
The last thing is that Dwight Howard asked for the charges to be dropped because he said he never assaulted Steve because he never forced him to do anything he wanted. That's the last thing.
This is crazy.
Dwight wine go lip.
This is where I'm gonna start. Before I talk about Dwight, before we talk about
Your
anything.
disclaimers be wild. I don't know. We got a disclaimer, but this disclaimers is crazy. Be careful.
Let me tell you something, ladies and gentlemen. We gotta stop telling people I don't care what you do on your own time. Cause we do care. Kim is lying if he tell you, I don't care what you do on your own time. And then Stat follows up, and women, you gotta stop. For real, put the camera on me, for real. We gotta stop telling niggas what you do in your own personal time has nothing to do with me. It does, my nigga. If you call, come on, man. It does matter. It does matter. Those are the lies that are going on in society. We tell people it don't matter, but behind your back it matters. And that's what we gotta first start off by saying. Like you hear Stats saying this because what people do in their bedroom, that's between them. Not necessarily true, but I understand. You get what I'm saying? Because you telling them it don't matter, but then it does matter. And anybody watching this knows it does matter. Even to people that participate, it matters. Because people will say, oh, it don't matter. And as soon as they find out, they're outing them, so it matters. You know, and when it comes down to making money off the story, it matters. When it comes down to who dating you is going to matter. When it comes down to it, look at Cam. Let's get the camera on Cam. When it comes down to if you're going to be in the locker room with them, it matters. Because there's about 30 teams that did not sign Dwight Howard because it matters. So let's dispel that. That's the first thing we ought to dispel. The second thing is that is consensual. It's never consensual if you surprise somebody. And I don't be meaning to laugh. Sometimes I make myself laugh, but it's not funny. But it is funny. Yo, he said it's consensual. So just think, you're somewhere, you're with somebody, and somebody walk out of the side door with a leprechaun outfit on. It's not longer consensual. It's not consensual. It's not consensual. Y'all want me to keep going? Cause this makes sense. It makes sense, but people be lying, and folks can't get help if y'all lie. So that's not consensual. Consensual is agreeing beforehand on what's gonna happen. If it's not agreed to beforehand, it's not consensual. Young guys need to know this. Young ladies need to know this. It's not consensual if it's not agreed to beforehand. To put somebody on the spot and say, oh, it's consensual. No, it doesn't. Consensual doesn't work like that. Like growing up, I met a girl at the club. I tell her, listen, I only do the first night. If we gotta wait, I can't do it. Because I don't got time like that. Tomorrow ain't promised. You know, I've changed since then a little bit, but
bring that nigga back outside. Yo, bring that nigga back. I miss that nigga.
Tomorrow's not promised.
I miss that nigga.
It's tonight only. It's tonight only.
Bring him back out. That nigga was with me in the whole house.
Yeah, Kim would say, what you told her? I told her it's tonight only. If it can't happen tonight, it never happened.
Oh, shit.
She said, well, tomorrow is going to be better for me. I said, I won't need it tomorrow. I need it tonight.
Oh, shit. He's not lying, yo. He's definitely not lying.
Yeah, we need it.
He's definitely not lying. So 100%.
He said, well, my friend's going to be in town. I'm going to have a babysitter tomorrow. Forget the kids. Tonight or no night. And tonight is the only night that matters.
Yo,
But I changed. I changed.
I'm not gonna comment on none of that. What I will say is I remember that. I remember those times, and I miss them. Because listen, you can't get mad at that though.
Yeah, that's consensual. You knew beforehand.
You may say you could.
You can say he's rude.
He's rude. He's an asshole. Fuck that nigga. Who the fuck is he to tell me this, that, and the third? But he was straight up and down and didn't lie to you.
And I will always tell him, and if you talk to Cam, he's worse than me. We're the same. So if you think you're going to not do the night with me and go with him, he's thinking right now, I was at least going to give you to the hotel. He wants it right here.
Yo, you know what just, you know what's funny that you bringing this up is that I remember, how do I say it? I remember, because you know you used to be a hardcore rapper.